Hello and welcome to Atheist Bible Study number 16. I'm Joe Dixon. Every week I read from the Bible and interpret it from an atheist point of view with the help of alcohol. Because if you've ever read the Bible, that is one boring fucking book. Now, when we last left off, I read The Voice of Mel Gibson. I don't know if you saw that. Did you enjoy that? I hope you did. Anyway, so we're going to do different voices again tonight. As we read the voices of people in this Bible. But in any case, what happened, let me do a quick recap. It's very boring, but anyway, Joseph was sold into slavery, and he becomes a governor in Egypt after he sold him to it, and the Pharaoh makes him the governor because he likes him for being sold into slavery. I don't know. So anyway, Joseph runs into his brothers. Brothers come, there's a famine in land, and his brothers go, oh, we need food, let's go to Egypt, and they meet their brother, and they don't recognize him because it's their brother. I don't know how you don't recognize your brother, but they don't, and so he says, oh, I'm going to hide myself. Ooh, you can't see me. But then they find out, oh, it's him. And so they become, oh, our brother, we sold into slavery. Everything's cool. So that's where we're at. And so now there's famine in the land. Remember, this Atheist Bible Study number 16. All right. Whiskey. Here we go. The famine. Joseph placed his father and his brothers in the best of the land and in the land of Rames. Rames? How Rames? I don't know. Rams. It's R-A-M-E-S-E-S. Is that important, the pronunciation? It's not English. And then if it's not English, how important can it be? I don't know. As Pharaoh had ordered. So he placed in the land as Pharaoh had ordered. Joseph provided his father, his brother, and all his father's household with bread, according to the size of the families. Everyone else could go fucking starve, but Joseph made sure for his family, like, oh, I got you guys covered. Now the famine was everywhere very great. Both Egypt and the land of Canaan was exhausted by it. Oh, we're so tired of this famine. So Joseph gathered from the people all the money that was in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, and in exchange for the grain that he sold them. So he got the money and he sold them grain. Joseph brought the money to Pharaoh's house. Pharaoh's kind of like a shakedown or something. I don't know. He's providing a service. When the money failed in the land of Egypt, the money failed. Oh, it's like our economy today. When the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph saying, give us bread. Must we die before your eyes before the money has lost its value? Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you bread for your cattle. So they brought their cattle, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, flocks, and herds, and for asses. Because Joseph's not in it. He said, listen, you want bread? Give me some ass. Get me some ass, okay? During that year, he fed them with bread in exchange for their cattle. When the year was ended, they came to him the second year, saying to him, we will not hide from my Lord that since our money is gone and my Lord has our herds of cattle, there is nothing left in the sight of my Lord except our bodies in our land. Why should we die for your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we may live and not die, and that our land may not be barren. So Joseph brought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. Every Egyptian sold his field, for the famine prevailed over them, and all the land became the property of Pharaoh. The people were moved to cities from the end of the border of Egypt to the other. Only the priests kept their lands. Of course the priests kept their lands. Why would that? For Pharaoh had assigned them a portion of food, and they lived on the portion Pharaoh had given them. The priests therefore did not sell their lands. And Joseph said to the people, no, I brought you and your land for Pharaoh. In case you didn't know, I'm going to reiterate it. So here is your seed for you, and you shall sow the land. When the harvest time comes, you will give the fifth part of the harvest to Pharaoh, and 4 parts shall be of for your own, 4 parts for your own seed, and for the field, and for your food, and for the food of your little ones. You have saved our lives, they said. Let us find grace in the sight of my Lord, and we'll be the servants of Pharaoh, because you saved us and gave us bread. And for our cattle and our horses and our asses, but you gave us bread. So we're going to worship you. You're great, Pharaoh. Where's God? Isn't this blasphemous? Isn't God like, what the fuck? Hey, I gave you the famine. If anybody should be fed. Oh, wait a minute. Anyway, so Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt that Pharaoh should have the 5th part of the harvest of the land, except for the land of the priests. Because we know the priests, what should they pay anything? It's like, what are you kidding? Jacob lived in the land of Egypt for 17 years. Jacob is Joseph's father, in case you're just joining us and care, because I don't know why you would. Jacob lived in the land of Egypt for 17 years until he became a very old man. And when he was about to die, he called his son Joseph and said, I have found grace in your sight. Deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt. I pray you, let me lie with my fathers. Carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burial place. Bury me where they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife, where they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife, and where they buried Leah. Joseph said, I will do as you have said. Swear to do as I wish, said Jacob. Boy, he doesn't trust his kid, does he? Joseph swore to him, and Jacob bowed himself upon the bed's head. Then he said to Joseph, Behold, I will die soon, but God shall be with you and will bring you again to the land of your fathers. How do I know this? I don't know. I'm not sure what God's going to do, because apparently, I don't know, has he been talking to me? Then Jacob called his 12 sons and said, I don't love you as much as I love Joseph. No, I didn't say that. Although that's the underlining. These kids have, whatever. I mean, like, oh, Joseph, mwah, mwah, mwah. But the rest of the kids are like, fuck you, you're my kids, but I don't care about you. That precious Joseph. Gather yourselves together, this is Jacob speaking, gather yourselves together that I may tell you what will happen to you in the days to come, because now I'm a prophet. He doesn't say that, but apparently he's a prophet now. Gather and hear me, sons of Jacob. I have to say my name in the third person. Sons of Jacob, and hear Israel, your father. Jacob, who was called Israel, because God's got to change things. I don't know what point did he change his name to Israel, but apparently he's Israel now. In this version of the Bible that I'm reading, because, I don't know. Told how the 12 tribes of Israel would descend from his 12 sons. And Reuben, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, I don't know these names, people. Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Joseph, and Asher. That's a good name, Gad. This is my son, Gad. Hey, everybody, say hello to Gad. Hey, Gad, I'm Gad. What's your name? My name is Gad. Anyway, this is Jacob. He foretold that Judah's tribe would be the one which all the others would praise, bow before it, and he blessed every son with a blessing. Some blessing. I mean, you're gonna bow down to your brother and your brother's children's children, and they're like, fuck you, Dad. What the fuck does that mean? But of course, this is the Bible, so they don't say that. They should. They should really say that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But anyway. Then Jacob gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost and was united with his people. Because they give up the ghost a lot in the Bible. They don't die, they just give up the ghost. Give up the ghost! Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him. And he kissed him. Then he commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. The physicians embalmed Israel, Jacob. He's got 2 names. He's the man with 2 names, Israel and Jacob. Anyway, so they embalmed Israel, and then the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. We don't know him, but we're going to mourn for him. Oh, Jacob's father's dead. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. The rest of us don't have fathers who have died. No, that's boo-hoo for Jacob's goddamn father. When the days of mourning were past, Joseph's father, Jacob, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I've lost count of who is who anymore in the fucking goddamn atheist Bible study. Because I don't. What? All right. Can you distinguish one character from the other? Honestly, can you? Because I can't. Seriously, I'm reading this thing and I can't tell who's who. I can't tell one character from another. Everybody's a. When the days of mourning were past, Joseph spoke to the house of Pharaoh, saying, I have found grace in your eyes. Speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, and say that my father made me swear to bury him in the grave he dug for himself in the land of Canaan. Therefore may Pharaoh let me go up, I pray, and bury my father, and then I will come again. Pharaoh said, Go up and bury your father according to his wishes. Aww. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that end of the Atheist Bible study. And when we come back, Joseph's going to bury his father. It's interesting, so many Christians and, people, even Jews, because, the Bible, this is the Old Testament, I ain't gotten the New Testament yet, and Muslims think, Jesus is a prophet, so they also kind of into the Bible. All these groups agree that this is like a good holy book. And besides the fact that it is a one fucking boring book, and that the characters are basically the same right through. There's really no real distinction between anybody. There's no real personality difference much. It's very interesting to me that people are like, the Bible's so important. So anything in there that I read, there's not any point in your life, this guy's got to bury his dead dad, there's a famine in Egypt. What does that have to do with your lives? Nothing. And the Bible's supposed to mean something to us? It's supposed to have some great, profound meaning to you and me in the 21st century, or even the 20th century, or the 19th, or the 18th, or the 17th century. No, it doesn't. There's nothing in here that's important to our lives. Not one goddamn thing. This is fucking boring story about this guy. I'm in Egypt. I'm a governor. Famine in the land. My dad and my son and my brothers. But what does that have to do with your life? Nothing. There's no parable. There's no meaning to this. It's pointless. It's a pointless book.